Justin Blackman, been pretty dominant receiving this year. You think he's maybe one of the better receivers you guys have faced since you've been here?
Yeah, he's a good football player.
How do you think your secondary matches up with their receivers?
I like our secondary. I think they match up good against any receiving core. I have a lot of confidence in our guys.
Having a back like Hunter with the receivers and quarterback, and how dangerous is their offense when you combine all that together?
They got some talent. They have talent. I mean, obviously they've moved the ball and they got good talent on their side of the ball.
When you prepare for this team, are you looking a lot at what they did in years past, or are you trying to follow their offensive coordinator, what he's done, or how do you prepare for the offensive look you might get?
Well, I mean, they've played half the year, and you got that. But we did some work in the off season. We saw some things that he's done in the past, and you're always looking.
Well, how does the way that Zach Lee played in the second half Saturday impact in any way your thoughts on how you might use him going the rest of the way?
It doesn't. I said before. I said we have confidence in all three quarterbacks, and Taylor's a starter, and the other two guys are, we use them situationally. Nothing's really changed there.
Do you have a number two quarterback, or is it just?
I think I just addressed that. I mean, it's situationally.
Well, Will played a little bit late Saturday. Where's he kind of at? What kind of use could you get out of this?
He hasn't played a lot of football yet. I mean, he was hurt, but I think he's ready to go now. I think he has more than just a week under his belt of practice. I think that helps a guy, and I think he's about ready to go.
Would his status dictate what you do defensively at all?
No. I mean, everything I guess plays a part. That's part of it, I guess.
Is Levante David, has he polished his game up? Yeah, I know that he was putting up some numbers, but you said there was some shortcomings in his game still. Is he coming along here at midseason?
He's coming along, but he's still got a long way to go, which is to be expected. I mean, he's learning a lot as he goes, and he's real active. He's tough. He's competitive, but he still makes a lot of mistakes, and that's part of the deal when you're playing with a young and experienced guy, but I am seeing progress.
He's on pace to break the single season record for tackles here.
Yeah.
Is that overrated?
I don't know. I mean, it shows that he's an active, good football player, but you got to, there's a lot more to the game than statistics. I'll put it that way.
Will we see Eric Hagg return any more punts? And can you kind of talk about the play on special teams?
Will we see Eric Hagg return punts? No, he hasn't been back there. He hasn't done that, and it's a difference returning a punt. And I have confidence he could do it. He just hasn't worked back there. And his play on special teams or just overall play on special teams?
Overall.
I'd like to see our special teams keep getting better. At times we're real good. At times we got to pick it up. I think like the rest of our football team, it's a work in progress.
What's the benefit for you guys of playing a road game right now, especially with how well you played on the road?
It's our next game's a road game, so we'll be ready to play on the road. And I don't know if there's a benefit either. It's a benefit if you go play well. The game's going to be won if we execute.
Is there any sense of it being good to kind of get away from everything and go on the road?
I don't know. I guess I'm not following the question.
Coming off the loss, and as some players are talking about, the expectations of playing at home and going on the road, does that help?
Well, we've played better on the road, in the last year or so, but I don't think it's ever a great benefit. I mean, you like to play at home.
With the missed tackles, do you do any more good on good this week than usual?
We always do good on good every week.
But no more than usual this week?
No. Well, we did a little bit more yesterday just because that's the way the schedule sets up. That had nothing to do with the missed tackles. I promise you that. Missed tackles happen when you play with bad technique and lousy focus.
How do you, in practice throughout the week, kind of shore up some of the mistakes, be it the penalties and the drop passes?
You work at it. Simple as that. I mean, we continue to work on it. We work on it every week. It's okay. You got to put it to work when you go out there on the field, and you got to execute. And I've said right along the line for the last month that there are certain things we need to do to keep getting better as a football team and keep working to get better at. And until we do that, we're going to be susceptible to what happened Saturday. And we got to get things fixed, and guys got to have a sense of urgency to get things fixed. It's as simple as that.
Ricky had said after practice yesterday that they had recorded 28 missed tackles. Is that number correct?
They? Who's they?
We said during the course of the film.
Me, yeah, I did.
It's 28.
Yeah. Might be the worst tackling game I've ever been a part of.
What's the normal number?
One's too many in my book.
Well, the defensive line hasn't really been as active making the plays. Is there something you guys are working on or doing to get those guys more involved, making more tackles in the backfield?
Well, you got to execute around them. We haven't all necessarily done that. Our D-line's been good at times. I think they need to pick it up at times, and like the rest of the group, it's a team game. Everybody's got to do their part, and that, we didn't play awful defensively. If we would have tackled well, we would have been just fine. I mean, they couldn't throw the ball on us, and they ran the ball more because we missed tackles and blew assignments more than anything else. And you take care of yourself, and good things happen. When you don't, bad things happen. And it comes down to us. It comes down to us executing our football and doing things the way they've been coached to do it, putting their eyes where they need to be, and playing disciplined team defense. That's when you play really good. When we do that, we're pretty good. We're real good.
There's 28 missed tackles, and I know you said one is too many, but what was your guys' previous high for the season for missing?
Oh, I don't know, Eric. I don't know. It's not nowhere near that. We've been a pretty good tackling football team.
When you look at it, when you look at the last couple of days, is there a why is it? Have you gotten on why it might have happened?
I don't know. Why do you put the ball in there? I look at a year ago, why do you put the ball on the ground 9 times? Why do you have 9 turnovers? I mean, some things you can't really answer. I'm searching for that answer, why that happened. It's not an easy thing to put your finger on. Is it lack of focus? I don't know. Is it too much want to? I don't know what it is. But, it's something that comes down to you got to be the same. You got to be consistent all the time in your approach. And I don't know if that's happening. I don't know. Once again, I'm looking at everything to see what we can do for that not to happen again.